Hello, welcome to this little CCB video blog. Now this blog is actually about something different. It is about a lake, and it is about a lake I go to. But that's why I like my blogs, because my blogs can go pretty much anywhere. But this is sort of a history one. Now you remember the show? That's why I have this image in the background. The show where I showed these ruins here. Or, I guess ruins. In a way, they're ruins. But at Chesbro Lake. Now at the time, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was like an old Boy Scout camp or something like that. But luckily when I uploaded the show, I actually had 3 viewers that came on in comments and told me that it actually used to be a bar. Now a couple of viewers just said it was an old bar, didn't give me a name, but one person called it the Quail Inn Bar. And with that I was able to do research on Google. I was able to find out about it, to find out the history of it. And I don't know, I just love this stuff. I love it when I'm at lakes and when the water's down, or I'm wandering around shore and I find an old structure like a slab of cement or an old wall. I'm just kind of like, oh, what used to be here? I wonder what house used to be here, blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah, so this spurred me to want to find out more about this place, what it was, how long it had been there. And, well, I actually have notes. I took notes. I said I did research. I mean, once he gave me the quail and the inn, and it was a bar, on Google I was able to find some stuff on it, some articles, some history of the place. So I took notes. And, well, I'm going to tell you a little bit of history about this landmark. Yes, it was a landmark, and this is a landmark. Well, it's the remains of a landmark. But yeah, I'm going to tell you a little history about this building here that I went up and filmed during that show at Chesbro. Okay, I found out it was originally built in 1909. Yeah, that cement I'm standing on was originally laid there in 1909. 110 years old is that slab of concrete. Originally it was a small restaurant. At one point it was actually a gas station. And then evidently in the 1940s it turned into a bar. And everyone said Quail Inn Lodge, Quail whatever. It was actually Quail Canyon Lodge or Quail Canyon Inn. And it became that in 1957. That was 2 years after Chesbro Dam was built. It was completed in 1955. And on that note, this building was there almost 50 years before the lake was there. It was just on a road next to a valley. So yeah, that building actually predates the building of Chesbro Dam. Luckily it was high enough up that it was above water level when the dam was full. Otherwise, they would have had to get rid of that thing back then. Let's see. Yeah, saloon since the saloon since the 40s. And this place was actually here, and it used to be a biker bar. It was a known biker bar, and it was just a location for people going through the canyon, because at that time there were probably no houses in that area. It was just something out kind of in the middle of nowhere. But I found out that it burned down August 31st, 2005. And they said the fire started around 11 p.m. And so that's what ended up destroying a building that had been there for 110 years. Well, at that point, about 100 years. And yeah, I said it was suspicious. They don't really know. And its official address, although the address when the fire broke out didn't match addresses that they had on file for it. So they were kind of wondering, I don't know. But it was 18780 Oak Glen Avenue. It's supposedly the address of what used to be the Quail Canyon Inn. And have a little tidbit more of information, but I actually found some images of it before it looked like this. So right now I'm going to do a little music with a montage showing you what images I could find of the Quail Inn. And well, here you go. Alrighty. Sorry, I searched and searched and searched images. That's the only images I could find. But it gives you an idea of what it was and, you know, what it used to be before it looked like this. But the other information I have is that the last owners that had it, after it happened, they actually got insurance for the fire. They built up and submitted plans to rebuild the whole thing. They were going to redo the kitchen. They were going to put windows in the back so you could see the water. Yeah, they were going to do all this great stuff. But unfortunately, with all the new specs and codes, and they had to redo the septic tank, I mean, earthquake stuff, probably foundation stuff, all that stuff, they didn't have the money, obviously, because it said the the plans to rebuild have been put on hold indefinitely. And it probably will never be rebuilt. And obviously here it sits 14 years later, not rebuilt. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, I had a lot of fun researching it, finding out what it was. At first I thought it was built in 1957, but then I found out that it was actually built way back in 1909. It became the Quail Canyon Inn in 57. And I thought it was old then, but to find out it was actually built in 1909. Pretty damn old building, or was. But there you go, guys. That's the landmark of Chesbro that I stumbled upon and filmed. And that was your little history lesson of what used to be there. I hope you enjoyed this little blog, and please join us for our next CCB video blog. And join us for our shows, our tips and tricks, and biology bites, and come join us live. We love going live. We go live on Tuesday, and I do live fishing on Saturdays and Sundays, usually in the evening. Tuesdays, 8 p.m., but usually around 6:30, last hour and a half before dark, I'm somewhere fishing live. Come join us. All right, guys, my little history lesson. I'm out.